Anything? So, who sets the bar for this abnormal thinking? Well, obviously, the first person I'm going to look at is Milton Erickson. So, what was Erickson doing? I mean, there was no fast breakthrough phenomenon when he came on the scene. The whole idea that you can sit with somebody and create change instantly came from him proving it and doing it, which nobody gave him any credit for while it was happening. Now there are what, like 65 Milton Erickson schools? So I don't know how much you guys know Erickson or care about him, but I think it's very important to really understand what kind of character he was to be able to replicate this business model. I've shown this in level 1, but I love it. This clip. It's very important.
Told me how she'd been doing family therapy with father, mother, and their 20-year-old retarded daughter.
You can read the captions over top the Spanish one.
Yeah, fine. My retarded daughter maintained her pattern of behavior of throwing temper tantrums repetitiously all day long. We spent 6 months in family therapy on them. I told the girl, this is the father mom. They don't need therapy. It's how the girl needs therapy. Involve their patient in the therapy. Too many therapists talk to patients. Too many therapists explain to patients. You should involve a patient in doing the therapy. And he went back. I don't know what she told her retarded girl. This is involved. Yeah. That's a lot of energy. The girl found out she could make some. But he discovered that he had no longer a use for temper tantrums.
Did it make sense to you? Have you guys seen that clip before? There's so few clips of him, it's like impossible to get a good one, but doing my best here. Just But what was it about? Did you follow it? No? Just because he's just so garbled?
No, I couldn't really hear it. Yeah.
Can you not see the subtitles?
No,
There's
there's nothing
subtitles.
moving on my screen.
Pardon?
There was nothing moving on my screen.
You couldn't see the video? None of you could see the video?
I didn't. It was just a still of him and the audio, you couldn't really make him out.
None of you could see it?
It was like where it was paused.
But maybe I didn't share the right screen.
Yeah.
You should tell me that. I thought we were all watching it together. Can you see it now?
Just a black screen with the whirly thing.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened in it if we can't watch it for some reason. Can you see it now?
But it introduces you to Jay Haley wrote a book about ordeal therapy as one of the own real estate office.
No, that's not it though. Hold on. Please pause for technical problems. I think I closed the window. Really want you to see this. It's important.
Hi, this is Jeff. And the 20-year-old, he told me how she.
All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, now can you see the video
One of my Michigan students.
and hear it? I won't change the screen.
How she's been doing family therapy with father, mother, and their 20-year-old retarded daughter. Father and mother were getting along fine. My retarded daughter maintained her pattern of behavior of throwing temper tantrums repetitiously all day long. You spent 6 months with family therapy on them. I told the girl, this is the bottom up. They don't need therapy. It's how the girl needs therapy. Involve your patient in the therapy. Too many therapists talk to patients. Too many therapists explain to patients. You should involve a patient in doing the therapy. And he went back. I don't know what she told her retired girl. This is new help. Yeah.
Like a little toy cow or something, like a little goat.
Mhm.
That took a lot of energy. The girl found out she could make something. And when he discovered that she had no longer a use for temper tantrums.
Now, did you get it?
Mhm.
Did you get what happened? Did you understand the case that he was describing? He
She was
said,
having
mhm,
she was having temper tantrums and temper tantrums all day long.
a
And then
20-year-old girl, right? He called her the retarded girl because she was having some whatever.
and he redirected her with a toy.
Well, they told no, not exactly,
No.
but close. They had all three people in family therapy, and Erickson said dismiss the mother and father. They don't need therapy. That's not the point. The point is give her something to do. So then he assigned her this project, and she ends up making this little toy. And then he says, now that she's discovered she doesn't have a use for her temper anymore,
Goes away.
yeah, it goes away. And also he says, and it took a lot of energy to do this, didn't it? So what did you do was say, let's use her energy to create something instead of you guys sit around in therapy and talk. And he says at the beginning of the video, such bullshit you guys are all doing. I love how he says it all in the same monotone voice. But he's like, you're such bullshitters because you guys all say involve the client in your therapy and then you talk at them. And he's like, give me a break. That's what the video is about. If you want to watch it again, now that I gave you the context, go do it later. But it's funny because he's like, I'm calling you on it. And then he's like, let me show you an actual thing that got produced when we did involve the client in the therapy. And then he's like, and isn't it strange that now the retarded girl is no longer angry? And the way he says it is so matter of fact that you can't tell how revolutionary it is, but it's like the hugest triple fuck you to the industry. He's like, A, you're lying. B, you don't follow your own protocols. And C, let me prove to you how I can heal psychosis with the smallest hypnotic advice. It's just like the most revolutionary, crazy approach. Imagine what it sounded like in time, in the moment, before there was art therapy, before there was all the stuff that we do now. When
He sounded like a lunatic.
Yeah, exactly. When all people did was like prescribe women, you know, lithium and make people sit through Freudian 20 years of therapy. Imagine some guy being like, yeah, look at my little toy that I made the girl make and her thing went away. That's what we're doing. It's the same. It's the same, except for now we're in the postmodern era with social media and a whole bunch of crazy stuff now, more tools. But that's the idea, is to be like, hey guys, you guys missed it. Everybody missed it. I can show you that if I give your mind something more appealing to do than be miserable and suffer, which by the way is what spirituality is, your problems can go away.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what he just did. It's very sophisticated. It takes a lot of work to get that result. But I just want you to think about that's the claim. And when he made the claim back then, think about the reaction. Did it matter? Did it make it work any less? No.
No.
It's just and it's a first principles approach. That's the whole game. Okay, I have another one for you. Can you guys see the video and hear
Yeah.
it?
Not to be afraid of things. You want to try to handle them correctly, no matter what they were. I tell my children, never let anybody hurt your feelings. If somebody tries and they succeed, rush, run. Don't walk to the nearest garbage can and dump your hurt feelings. You don't take yourself. You leave them with the insulter. It's his problem.
You leave them with the insulter.
And basically come to you with hurt feelings. My husband called me ignorant, incompetent non-entity. Is that and best your husband could do? The vocabulary lacking? He must have meant something. But what did he mean using just those few words? And she starts looking at the insult in a different way. And I've discredited the insult. always turn any insult, always misunderstand it as a compliment. And that baffles the person. Are you really that stupid? Only on Wednesdays. Yeah. What do you do with that answer? Well, what are they going to do? You're a very stupid remark. They're going to try to make sense out of that. And that's their problem. So in therapy, when your patient says something, is tangential for your therapy, is understand it, give a new interpretation, and make that tangential remark totally useless. And patient would try to quarrel with a therapist or try to lead the therapist to look in the wrong direction. And you can use your own stupidity to keep right on the right track.
How do I get out of this suite? Missing my button. What did you get out of it?
It's like that, what he's talking about is that principle when there's one finger pointing out, there's three pointing back. So if someone's insulting me, that there's three fingers pointing back at them, and it's like, yeah, you're the idiot, not me.
His whole thing, where the fuck is the button for this? His whole thing is about just change the benchmark.
Hmm.
It's crazy. He's like, this whole thing in therapy is crazy. Why don't we just change the standard? And then everyone will have to answer for themselves. I just think it's so insanely, yeah, it's such a wildly big claim that he makes. He's like, are you stupid? Only on Wednesdays. And then he's like, eat that. You try to
Hmm.
figure it out. I don't have to do any therapy. You do your own therapy. It's the craziest claim. Like, how about we just change the game instead of changing the therapy, instead of changing the approach? I also just love his character. Okay, I don't know how to change my screen here. It's happening. Oh, there it is. Now I see it. Got hidden there at the bottom. Make it
For free, customizable
make
viewing
every
invitations from the best.
insult into a compliment. His whole
Hmm.
thing is just about reversals. Reframe. It's so much less conflictual than all previous therapy.
Well, it's like that whole thing of like, well, how's that working for you?
Exactly. It's such a wager to say, how about instead of using the usual tools and conversation and problem solving, I just put the onus back on you. Like, talk about I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever you say, whatever bounces off me and sticks to you.
Just to
He
you.
like, yeah, he like took it to the extreme. But that was the basis of his whole hypnotic approach. Was I'm not doing any more work than I need to, and
Hmm.
nor should my clients. I guess I'm just shocked at how matter of fact he is about that. I teach my kids that if someone hurts their feelings, that's not okay. And if they do, they should run, not walk to the nearest trash can and dump them out. How matter of fact is that? That's not the same as process it, figure it out, listen to it, let it go. Can you guys see it?
I know
Mhm.
it's
hear it?
incredible, Anderson. What she has done and what she was just able to do. We're on our porch actually here. We just finished talking, and I'll tell you, Anderson, I've met a lot of
Do you know this story? I introduced in level 1 Diana Nyad, who at 64 years old swam from Cuba to Florida 56 hours straight in the, high winds, high waves ocean, no break, no contact with, I mean, she couldn't be touched during the whole time. All she could do is get medical treatment if needed, which was needed. I mean, no one has ever done it. This is the only person in the world to have ever done this.
but she is one of the ones that has inspired me the most. I want you to just listen a little bit to the conversation we just had.
You know what's so great about it, Sanjay, is that
So this is literally the afternoon after she gets taken out of the water. She gets taken to the hospital first to get, liquids or whatever, and then she's now back at her house, and this is her first interview. That's why her face is extremely swollen, and she's just been through like 56 hours of complete hell.
it's all authentic. Just, it's a great story. You have a dream 35 years ago, doesn't come to fruition, but you move on with life. That's somewhere back then. You turn 60 and your mom just dies and you don't know, you're looking for something and the dream comes awake again in your imagination. No one's ever done it. I'm not sure when the next person will do it is. That's how hard it is to get everything right. And when I say everything right, with all the experience I have, especially in this ocean, I never knew I would suffer the way I did.
Are you hurting right now?
I was hurting then.
I mean, I know your face is swollen and
That's okay. That's temporary, and but the 13 hours, partly because of the daylight being less these days, to avoid the fatal attacks of the different if you had something else that just hurts. Those are fatal, debilitating, even if you do live. So I had a prosthetics mask made, in flat water. It's pretty good.
She's talking about the box jellyfish, which can kill you instantly, aside from the sharks, of course, which can kill you. So she's talking about that she had to have all these layers of protection. This is her fifth attempt, right? She's made other attempts without the mask where she's had a heart attack, she's almost died. So this is the one where she succeeds, and she's talking about all the scary things that she had to
With
avoid.
a bump and the wind was just stark with like glass. 90 minutes later, for 49 hours, the wind just blew like heck. And it was rough. My whole mantra this year was find a way.
Find a
You don't
way.
like it, it's not doing well, find a way.
You don't like it? Find a
You
way.
can't start getting in negative spaces, with endurance sports. You start going like, oh, this hurts too much. Why? Maybe another day. You talk yourself out of it. Even people with iron will quit when it's really tough.
find a way. I like that.
Find a way. So it was really rough that first day, Saturday, after the start. And I just said, forget about the surface up. Get your hands in somehow. And with your left hand, say, push Cuba back and push Florida towards you. And forget about slapping and grinding and feeling seasick and just push Cuba back. But the jellyfish mask just about undid me.
She's talking that way, Anderson, in part because she had to wear the special jellyfish protectant. It actually was like a retainer in her mouth, and she's wearing it for 53 hours. That's part of what caused those abrasions. But it was those jellyfish in the past that were so problematic. Anderson, I'll tell you, she was singing songs to herself. And you just think about that, just 200,000 strokes over and over again, pushing Cuba away, pulling toward Florida. She would think of people that inspired her, things to just get her through that swim. It was tough. I mean, she was throwing up at times. She had significant pain. She is 64 years old and just swam nearly 55 hours. It's amazing.
I know I've shown you the video of her getting there. I showed it in level 1, so I didn't want to repeat it, but
This last week after 35.
but I love this one because this is a first principles experience that she had, which is she makes the attempt, it doesn't work. She has to go back to, well, what are the problems that kept me from it? She does it again, same thing happens again. 5 times until she gets the mask, the shark people, the medical. It ended up with a 45-person team. And then this is what's so interesting about it. So she's a problem solver. That's how she got it done, right? She kept attempting again and again and again until she got that problem solved, and the problem of the box jellyfish solved, and the problem of the shark solved, the problem of the endurance solved. Today the wind wasn't favorable. So she had to get all those things aligned right for it to work. And then, why I like that clip that we just saw, she gets in the water and the wind is too high and she starts to get seasick and she's starting to have doubts. And then she comes up with this mantra at 64 years old: push Cuba back, pull Florida forward. Cuba back, forward. Just, I'm trying to put my head into that space and I just can't do it. But to be that kind of person who solves problems to that degree of go back to a first principle, go back to a first principle, go back to a first principle. What is it that she said the mantra was? Find a way. Just fucking find a way. You don't like it? Doesn't matter. You don't want to practice today? Doesn't matter. You don't feel like it? Find a fucking way. That's the first principles approach, both to the sessions and to the business. You guys have all these doubts about business. You have all these doubts about repackaging, repurposing the whole thing in a new way. But that's the approach. Find a way that it's making sense, that's simple, that goes to that level of what's the problem, what's the solution. That's it. Everything else is unimportant. Find a way. Cuba back, Florida forward. That's after she already set up infrastructure that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars and took her 4 years. This is the same method I'm teaching you here. Find all your infrastructure, get all your pieces in order, learn all of your skills, get all of your back end to function. And then when you bring it up to the pass to advertise and to make it public, find a way that's like that. What's the problem and what's the solution? That's it. It's super simple, actually. It's complicated because we've been doing it a complete other way for a super long time. That's the only reason it seems complicated.
I was just reminded too of something Matthew McConaughey said about his dad.
Yep.
And he said 2 words. I can't remember the second one, but the first one was, "You can't say to my dad." I couldn't say to my dad, "I can't."
Right.
You say, "I need help."
Yep.
He says, whenever I said I can't, he said that I would see the back of my dad's jaw just like, whoa, like it just irritated him. And he said, "What's the problem?" So I can't start I think it was, "I can't start the lawnmower." "You can't start the lawnmower." "No."
Right.
"Or are you asking for help?" And he's like, then my dad came out and did a couple things and 2 pulls and it started. He says, "Don't ever say I can't. Say I need help."
Well, the reason that I'm making this into a whole lesson, Gilles, is, I mean, that partly is you just helped me to make the point, but it's like, if you don't really get clear on this concept being the heart of the business, then how can you represent that as the product? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I've thought a lot about this course and how to sell it and what's the point of it and why am I putting things where they are. And, obviously it's like maybe another demo would be better, maybe this or that. But at the end of the day, like the deepest persuasion of your heart, of the hypnotic heart, really has to be way outside of the norm and way outside of the box, like these people. And we don't think about that on a daily basis because they're all standouts. That's why I figured if I put a little video compilation of them all together, you'll always remember when you're sitting there trying to troubleshoot in your regular mind that that's not the thinking that this business is based on. And why would anybody find you cool or interesting unless you were willing to show them that next thing and to stand behind it too, not just show it? Like, this is my hobby. I'm very obsessed with all of these characters. I know all of their stories. I've watched all of their documentaries and many more. I mean, not just these ones. I mean, I'm about to share with you my real favorite, like my dearest and most favorite inspiration. But like, this is really what fascinates me about life. And that's why I think being in the transformation field is completely worthwhile and not any kind of nonsense at all. It just sounds like nonsense because only 1 out of 1,000 people, like in these examples, 1 out of 1,000,000 or 10 million or the whole world in Diana Nyad's case, are willing. Same with Milton Erickson. I mean, he was just willing. Maybe because he had polio, maybe because he was already in the fucking face of death and he was like, I don't give a shit. I don't know. But there was something that made it be like, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to promote Elon Musk because I think he's a Nazi and very dangerous, but there's something very cool, and not cool, well, it is cool, about the thought of, why does every battery have to be made the same fucking way if batteries have original parts that I can reconstruct? But that's a really good thought. PayPal is a good idea. Going to the moon and whatever his galaxy things are good ideas. But only one person's willing, and it's him. But if you're the one hypnotist in your province or in your neighborhood, then yeah, you are going to be doing something way different than thousands of other people. And if you don't really get super clear on that, then you'll always feel like, is this right?